Good afternoon. Well, it is afternoon 25 minutes ago. And if you hear pounding sounds, that's next door. They've been doing this crap for, I'm going to say, about 5 weeks now. And I'm also not a happy camper in this aspect because what the fuck? I'm sorry. Okay, so as you can see from my spread, I have cookies, and they're gingerbread cookies I got from Trader Joe's. And it's the bread I think is the same as the one I got at this candy store. Not you, these here. So I might eat some in between breaks. I'm not endorsed by them in the slightest. I just like them. And they had these smaller ones that have like an apple pie sort of flavor. Like, ooh, I like that. And so but they only had the regular ones and chocolate covered versions, so I got three. So anyway, I do like that they're cheaper in Trader Joe's than in the other candy store I went to. Also, I apologize for not doing the live stream last weekend. I had the incentive to do so on Friday, but I had to wake up early, and then when it was Saturday evening, I forgot. Also, I still have that really crappy cough. Now it's a dry cough, not that awful boogery cough. But every so often, I might have to clear my throat. I'll try my best not to cough, and I think one way to not cough as much is to talk less. Even my freaking body is telling me, "Shut up." I know, right? What have I been doing? I did some small art here and there. I did do a Stranger Thing since season 5 is wrapping up later, I think December 26th. And I realized, oh, I like monsters. Oh, right. So I started working on the Demigorgon, and they had some merch at Miniso of Stranger Things. But I only like the monsters. I don't care for the kids. I'm sorry. I think they were kind of okay in seasons 1 and 2. Then around 3 and 4 and so on, I was like, I just want them around to get the story going. Sorry. And so, yeah, it's still a work in progress. I am planning to make the teeth more yellowish, not like pearly white. Like they've been very diligent at going to their dentist. Yes. But there's still some things I wanted to finish, obviously. Um yeah, like this area is a bit too rough, so I'm gonna think about working on this a little bit more. Even though it's like you're not like who's gonna see that? And yeah, these areas are not done at all, so I might work on these areas a little bit. And then the card art, I have been working on some, but it's quite slow. Like I said, I was sick. I did manage to get some drawings. I might work on some new ones because that's what I do now, apparently. And I can show some ones I either completed or they're almost done. I just never got around to working on them. Excuse me. See, it's a dry. I should be grateful that I have a dry cough. Oh my gosh, what is that? I'm hearing things in the house and it pisses me off. I can show these. I think these are the more recent-ish ones that I have. Oh, and I have these guys. Okay, so get over there. So there's no particular order. Plus, I think one of my relatives messed up the order, but oh well. So I think I forgot her name, but she's from Vampire Hunter D. She's like the Countess's daughter. Was it Lena or something? Mina, Lena, one of those two. And initially she came off as a snob. I mean, yes, because she is of the highest, purest blood, and turns out she's not of pure blood, and she was like really ashamed. She had some level of self awareness, so I give her that respect. And I don't know, I liked her design. It was pretty cool. Then I have the gem. I finally got around to painting her, but it's still a work in progress, as you can see there. I will also work on some of the misfits as well. And there are some other extra characters in both teams, in both groups. So I'm like, oh gosh, I'm committed now. And then we have Devil Hunter Yoko. I don't know if people are familiar with that because it's like a cult following and it's actually kind of perverted. I my brother and I honestly did not know when we got the VHS tapes. And there's if you know the transformation process, you know what I mean. This is why I said this is not for kids. Oh my god. Yeah, I was watching this and I was like, "Oh, sweet baby Jesus, help me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Why? Why are you showing me this?" And actually, it's technically similar to Sailor Moon's transformation, except they are quite visual with the transformation. Yeah. Anyway, but the fighting stuff's pretty cool. Except they were a bit much. It was not for girls. Then I have what's his face? I have this guy. It's not Kuwabara. It's the other guy who was supposed to be. I was gonna draw him in his original colors that they had intended. I think was like black hair and a blue uniform, but then they switched out because everyone else had that motif, and so they gave him a more flashier outfit of brighter colors, I guess. But he's all right. And then I have the meme of what's his face, Buzz Lightyear. I didn't want to show my friend. I didn't want to make it sound like, oh, I'm making fun, but this stood out while I was looking for my references, and I'm like, okay, you get your attention, Kaka. Okay. Now I have a simple one of Sumiko Gurashi, the polar bear, and the little penguin. This is stinkingly adorable. So simple, and yet I'm not done with it. I know, right? Oh god, there's something in my nail. Ugh. I actually have fake nails for once, and they are very mesmerizing. Like they go from one color to the next, and I cut them not in that way where it's super long. I don't like long nails. I always wondered, even up to now, like how do they use the bathroom? And I don't want to know. I don't want to know. And so I don't want to be in that dilemma where I'm like, uh-oh. And so, so I trimmed the nails. It was actually like more of a squarish top look, and I did not like it. It felt weird. And so I cut it to like a more normal looking size that I would prefer, and it looks really nice. Some parts are kind of off, like some part of my nail you can still see, but if you're not paying attention, it's pretty nice. I like it. And Rolly, I'm so sorry I never got around to coloring excuse me, the background. I misplaced it somewhere. And I got Kimber, so she's done, so that's good. So I have to do like another card art collection thing, and then it's I forgot her freaking name, but she's from that Mermaid Forest series, and she was one of the successful transformations of becoming immortal in the story. And so, yeah, I kind of like this concept of mermaids not always being this beautiful siren that lures men to their doom. This one, it was an interesting kind of lore. I mean, you should definitely watch it or watch the anime, read the manga. It's quite interesting where the mermaids are super hideous, but they look pretty, but their true feature is actually what the fuck. And so it was kind of interesting, but also a little sad in a way. They have like some sort of like um, melancholy vibe, dare I say, because the main character, this guy, I forgot his freaking name. He's been living for I think between 500 and 800 years, and he's like, ugh, when am I gonna die? So he's always searching for the mermaid, a mermaid who can help him gain mortality. He doesn't want to be immortal anymore. He's immortal, and he wants to die. And he has been maimed. He has been killed several times, but he goes back to life. So it's not like he didn't try to die. The immortality feature did not let him, so he kept living. It was kind of funny and sad. Well, I thought it was a little funny. Excuse me. Oh my god. I know I should be doing art, but I'm like ranting. Not ranting, I'm just going on. So Lisa Frank, I have slight micro. It's it's it'll take a while for me to grow, for this color scheme to grow on me. I do like the blended pastel rainbow stuff, but not enough for me to go Lisa Frank. I think that is too much for me. But I thought this was I guess baby steps to get used to it. I it's okay. And this is for my oldest brother's drawings. I only copy because I would like to have my own version later down the line, but right now I didn't feel like thinking. And I'm still sick, so for the time being, I have his character. This is his original character. Don't steal it. And so I forgot what her powers were. I think she's from Thailand. That's all I remember. That's all I remember. But yeah, I thought she was such a cool character, and how my brother designed. I think he meant to have her in like X-Men. I forgot. It was supposed to be like either a superhero or a supervillain. One of those two. I kind of forgot. Excuse me. Then I have, oh, I didn't finish this one. Those two people from Aliens from Sailor Moon. I forgot their names, but I like the guy more, the girl not so much. But I was like, oh, well, I might as well put them both. I've been meaning to color them. And then the ones to put together, they had this meme of Homer as Akuma, or Akuma, however the hell you pronounce it. And so I had, it's a little awkward because his head does not match his body, but I was like, let's not think too hard. If I do a legit painting of him, then maybe I will consider making it more, it will, his head will match his body a little bit more. But yeah, I thought this was kind of funny. Okay, so there's that. Last but not least, one of my favorite recent characters that I excuse me, am a little bit obsessed with, Opanchu Usagi, and they had like, I think, a Fist of the North Star parody, but it was a guy wearing her skin as a suit, like a costume, but I changed it so it was actually Opanchu Usagi herself, and this cracks me the hell up. I need to do a legit painting of this. I need to. Now I have a goal in life. It's a sad goal, but it's still a goal regardless. So yeah, I've been I've been making these weird silly cards and some interesting cards. I have so much fun working on them when I do have the time, when I'm not coughing up half my lungs, when I'm not doing all these other things that prevent me from doing art. So, let's do something finally, okay? Yeah, I am so disorganized. But what else is new? Oh my god, I hate this cough. It pisses me off. So if I feel like I'm gonna cough too much, I might just be quiet. And probably some people would prefer that. But that just makes me feel petty and just keep talking more. So be careful with what you wish. My god, what is it? I think next week is already Christmas. Oh my freaking god. Are you looking forward to Christmas? I think it depends on your age. When you're young, obviously so. As an adult, I can't vouch for all adults, but for me, I don't. I don't look forward to it. It's just, oh my god, there's so many presents, and I owe birthday presents, but that's my fault. uh, there was this idea one of my old coworkers or old managers in my jobs, that what they did with their family, because their family is quite large. She's also has great grandkids, and so she mentioned how in her family they don't do gifts for the adults; they only do it for the children. And that sounds good in theory. I think my family did something similar, but with like the white elephant Kris Kringle thing. Like the kids get all the gifts. We spoil the kids rotten, and then for the adults we do like, oh, you pick the name out of the hat and you have to get the gift for that person. Only one person. And we tried it, and more than half of us was like, this sucks. I want more presents. And well, luckily with me, I kind of felt bad because we were not conditioned to be like that kind of family. Like we could only have one gift or no gift. We were spoiled. And so uh what was it? It was kind of interesting to see how we would go when only getting one gift versus when you see all the other kids having fun with their gifts. There are multitude numbers of gifts, and then we were stuck with one. Even my oldest brother was like, this is stupid, I want more gifts. But he says it in a joke, so it's not super bratty or anything, so we know he's joking, but at the same time we're like, he ain't wrong. So yeah, after that year where we tried, we were like, never mind, let's just go back to the old ways, and we were pretty much fine with that. And if you can't figure something out, just do gift cards. Yeah, so there's always that option too. So it's not super, but my God, it's like, oh, I don't know what to get anyone. I did get at least one gift yesterday, but so slow. I need to do more. And then I saw yesterday, I forgot if it was on the news or on Reels, that USPS, the U.S. Postal Services here, Like they are backed up in gifts and packages, and they were saying how you got to be hired in order to get your presents because we have a severe shortage of employees at the post office. Um, it's there's they were showing how many packages they have, and there's so many. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? So it was really I was kind of relieved I didn't start doing online shopping. I think Amazon is okay, but I like in when you're using regular postal services like from eBay especially, which I used to do to some degree, but I wasn't doing it because I was thinking I could buy some in person. I didn't have to pay like shipping and handling BS. So I'm kind of glad I didn't start shopping online yet. Or if I do, I have to start on Amazon. I think that's the only thing I can do now. But yeah, like a whole bunch of people have a bunch of gifts just floating in the post offices, a multitude of post offices. So I'm like, oh gosh, I hope they figure that stuff out. They mentioned they throw them away. I was like, where you throw them in the landfill? Well, how does that work? So I was like, oh shit. I have no idea what's going to happen afterwards. Maybe they will end up in the landfill, and that freaking sucks. Especially if it's expensive. My goodness gracious. Okay, so I don't know a lot of people that like Stranger Things. I think they got tired after season 2 usually. And then I'm like, or they're just not interested in it. Like, oh, I don't see. I think my husband was interested, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll watch it. And I only watch it if he says it's good. And then most of the time, what he says is not true. He'll say he'll like something, and I watch. I'm like, this is stupid. But then later on, sometimes he has a hit. I'm like, okay, I'll keep watching. It's all right. But then I think around season 3 and 4, it was getting kind of like, okay, I'm getting kind of tired now. When's this gonna end? So that's why when they said after the 26, where they finish the second half of season 5, and that is it, that's all, goodbye. I was like, okay, fine, I might as well. And then I forgot some parts after I kept up with the series. I started watching it all over again. But there's at least 2 episodes I really don't care for, so I kind of just started washing dishes instead of watching those ones. I was like, oh, okay. But it wasn't that bad. But sometimes some of the characters talk too much. I don't like that. Or they're talking over each other. And I know they're trying to capture how kids really talk amongst each other. Like they're always one upping each other and talking like, oh my God, I don't want to hear that. I think season 1 and season 2 didn't was okay. Like they had them shut up, but then some older characters, I think one of them was Robin. She starts talking way too much, and I was like, I know that's her character, but at the same time, like, okay, okay, we get it. Let's continue with the story, and then they just keep talking some more. And when I think there's an art to having like banter between 2 characters and then you're just talking too much, because I notice a lot of modern TV shows and movies have this problem of not making them make the characters shut up. Like, okay, that's enough, let's get on. But they just talk about unnecessary things that don't really add to the plot, and I'm like, oh my god. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, Christmas, yeah, Christmas. I have so many presents to get. Ah. If you're wondering where I got these wooden things from, they're from Target. I think. Oh, I ripped off the sticker. I think it's between $3 to $5. One of those two. And I was hoarding a few of these, and then I had no idea what the heck do I do with them. So eventually, I decided, okay, let's just put stuff on it. And so I did, and it turned out pretty okay. But I can't find the first one, the Cheshire Cat I did, the one that someone was really upset about me working on for absolutely no legit reason. I don't know where it went. It's somewhere stupid. Once I find it, I'll be upset. Watch me find it in 2026. 2026 is coming up. pretty fast, and I'm not looking forward to it. I don't want my birthday to come up soon. I really don't. Plus, around my birthday month, I get sick because it's still winter. So, see, like, I have these kinds of things going on. I'm almost done. And yet, I think some of the zombies, I need to reline them, but I have to mix the paint for the lines. That's why I started falling flat and lazy. I was getting kind of tired. Plus, I got to, I still have to continue this side. Fun. Not really. See? And I was like, ugh. At least this one's not too bad. This one's not too obvious, so it's okay. I'm giving myself paint. Do I have the... no, I think I left the other one. Shoot. That's fine. Okay, not really. I have chocolate in here. Sorry, I put random things in my paint bag, and one of the things I have is chocolate. What's this? Oh my gosh. Also, I might have my haul again because they keep making cute things at Miniso, and it irks the hell out of me because I get some, not all, or even most, because my wallet's not that big. Okay. Let me see. Dope. I might make some paintings for some family members because I know they're fans of certain celebrities or anime, but I need to hustle. But I'm also cold. I whine a lot. I hate it. Where's the yellow paint, damn it? Oh, here we go. So I'm going to try to make the teeth kind of dirty looking. Did I put it? No, I didn't put it in my drink. Did I put it in my drink? I forgot. Oh, as the title mentions, I went fishing over the weekend and caught a 22-inch halibut. It's okay, but supposedly that is one of the unicorns of the ocean at the pier because supposedly it's super rare to get a halibut that big. But at the time, I wasn't even thinking that far about catching the biggest and the bestest of fish. I was just helping out my husband, okay? That fishing stuff's not my hobby. I don't even like fishing. But because I learn things over time, I retain information. And so when the fish was caught, initially I thought it was a freaking striped bass. And so I was reeling it in and it wasn't putting up much of a fight. So I thought, oh, I guess it's a halibut. And lo and behold, it was. But then when I tried to reel it in more, then it started picking a fight. And that kind of freaked me out because it's possible that it will unhinge, like loosen itself and fall out of the hook. And I did not want that to happen because it looked bigger than usual. And I was like, oh, maybe this is a keeper. Maybe we don't have to throw it back like all the other ones. But this time, it was putting up a real fight. And I was worried I need to get a drop net. The drop net, however, was being used for crabbing some yards over. And the original net we have, unfortunately, developed a hole. And it's also too far from me. So I'm like, oh crap, what do I do? So what I end up doing was bringing in the fishing pole onto the pier. And then the remaining pole and line that was still, with at the end, I had to pull the fishing line by myself, by my hand. And I was suggested before, like, oh, if you're going to do that, wear gloves. Like, I don't know where the freaking gloves are. There's not enough time. I don't have enough time digging through my backpack, my husband's backpack. Oh, if you're wondering where my family went, they went to the bathroom. And so I was like, what do I do? What do I do? Even though it sounds like I wasn't panicking at the time. I wasn't like screaming like, oh my God, ah! In my mind, I'm like, oh God, I got to do something quick or I'm going to lose this fish. So I was trying to pull the fish onto the pier with my bare hands using that string that it's being attached to. It took a while and it did put up a pretty good fight, but finally I managed to haul up the line with the halibut, and I shortly measured it. Who the hell's calling? Sorry, we have landline still. Unavailable. Lovely. Yay. So I got the tape measure. It's about 22 inches. This is the bare minimum of keeping the fish. And so one of the first things I did after I got the verification that it is possibly a keeper was call my husband. And they were just finishing up the bathroom, and they were just going around one of the other piers instead of going back to the pier we were supposed to be at. And I told him, "Hey, I caught a halibut." And then the first thing he said was, "Oh yeah, you did? Throw it back. It must be small." And I was like, no, it's not. It's pretty big." And then shortly after, he was a little excited, but he wasn't very convinced that it was anything worth keeping until I showed him the picture, and it was like, "Oh, that's pretty big." And so, also in context, he has some kind of his knee was sore. He kind of hurt it a fishing trip or two ago, and so he did not get there as fast. But our son did, and he was running, but he didn't seem to care as much. He's 8, and so my husband finally showed up, and he got really excited. He was like super impressed that I managed to land a 22-inch halibut, and he was like taking pictures with it, then showing his parents, showing his friends, and I was like, "Oh, okay." That was my reaction throughout this entire thing. Like, I'm just helping you out. I'm just stupid supportive, and you're in the bathroom. I'm just helping you out. That's it. He was super impressed with how I handled it while not freaking out and being, "Oh my God." It also helps to not have fake nails on when you're doing that. I didn't have any on at the time, but it was kind of interesting how I had to think quickly, otherwise this fish will be gone. And they can be. It must have been caught before for it to want to get more food. So, yeah, that was my fishing weekend. Also, Saturday, I was not in the best of moods. We tried a new pier, but this pier was more dilapidated looking and a lot colder than the other piers, and so I was pissed off. If I'm really cold and I'm wearing the most layers and I'm still cold, I'm pissed the F off. I don't like being cold when I really don't have to be, and so I was kind of acting like a bitch. I'm sorry, I hate it. I don't like it. But if I'm cold and I have layers and I'm still cold, I'm going to be quite cross, all right? And my family eventually did agree, and we did pack up early, and we caught nothing. So that was Saturday. And then Sunday, we caught that halibut and a few crabs. So, yes, it was pretty productive, even though we were not aiming for halibut, funny enough. Yeah, I don't know any other artist that does fishing. I don't know any. I don't know. And so I feel like I have a problem getting along with other people because my social life involves going fishing over the weekend and hanging out with old fishermen. That's my, yeah, it's kind of weird, but I accept it because they're actually pretty nice if they're not annoying about certain things. Um, I won't get into that, but like, yeah, I'm not saying like, "Oh, I'm one of them." I'm just like, okay, yeah, we do help each other out when needed. Like, "Oh, we don't have any bait. Do you have any extra?" And we'll share bait, and that's totally fine. Or if they try to show me a shortcut to the grocery store, one of the older fishermen ladies, fisher women, I guess, well, showed me a shortcut, even though it's a little unsafe when I'm with my kid. But I appreciate the offer, and they were super nice about it. But yeah, I got along with them all right. I have a hard time getting along with people that are like me. I don't understand. It's so weird, but it is what it is. And I just like, well, just take what you can get. I guess I should be glad I'm out doing anything at all. The other option is I just stay home and be online. And I've already done that for so many years. And so I think I needed a break. And I guess fishing is one way of doing it. And the few people I have told to, I talked about fishing, they also don't care for fishing. So I was like, right. But at the same time, I'm also stupid supportive. And so while I don't care for fishing, I still retain information and I end up learning by accident on what to do. And so, yeah, there's, I want to be useful. That's it. I don't want to be whiny and acting like a little bitch when I don't want to be somewhere. And I can be like that, but it depends on how you treat me, okay? If you're going to treat me weird, I'm going to feel more inclined to just, you know what, I'm going to leave now. And then that's it. But then if I'm useful and helpful to whatever is going on, I'm more than happy to help within my capabilities, obviously. So I don't think a lot of people can understand that. I think we have a more selfish um, look out look out for oneself rather than wanting to compromise and help others out. Like, I don't feel comfortable. I don't want to do this. I think a lot of us have that mentality now, especially being online and isolated from everyone else. We have that mentality. I have those tendencies too. I can't be like, I'm never like that. No, I've had that too. I understand. Same time, though, it's a little different when you have a family and you can't always think about yourself all the time. And I think some people don't like that, so they're still having this propaganda. It is what it is, okay? About being single and child free is a choice and I'm going to live it. Like, okay, have fun with that. That's fine, but you don't have to rub it in our faces like how you don't like when couples rub their relationship in your faces. You don't like that either, right? I assume you don't like that, right? So, but people want to shout loud and proud on top of the hills about being child free and single and stuff. So I was like, um, okay. And so I just try to mind my business, and that's it. It's annoying, and so I'm like, I just go the other direction. I don't try to pick an online fight because I think it's stupid. But if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Just don't get in my face about it. That's all. I hate being lectured. It's annoying. When it's within reason, okay. But when it's like, I don't have to be here, I can totally leave. And that's what I do. Sorry if I talk too much, even though I shouldn't be talking much. Okay. This is going to take hella forever. Look how much. You can't even tell what's yellow and what's white. And a bunch of people left because I was ranting about that stuff. But who knows? Who knows? Everyone has lives. Me, I like to have some semblance of life, but it is what it is. Okay, so maybe I need a smaller brush. This is way too big. Dork. I do have smaller ones. I don't know where I. Oh gosh, some of them I left. Also, thank you so much for dropping by and staying longer than 2.5 seconds. I always appreciate it. Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh, I left the brush for so long that the paint cracked. Classic me and leaving things in the paint jar way longer than it should, but whatever. But I'm okay. I'll do a little more and then pick some of the new ones to work on. Yeah, this is super tedious and boring. That's why I don't like showing my process. I think it's boring. Maybe other people think it's interesting, but I don't think so. By myself, if no one's watching me, I can do this all the live long day. When other people are involved, I cannot guarantee that you will be enthralled, you will be mesmerized by doing this the whole damn time. I don't think so. That's why I do the whole talking thing because you're gonna be bored. And would you like me to explain my process of doing the whole time? I don't think so. So I talk about other things. What the hell else was I going to talk about? I did usually prior to the actual live stream, I have a rundown. I used to write a list of things like bullet points on what to talk about. Lately I haven't been doing that. Whoops. And so a lot of the stuff I'm talking about is at the top of my head. I don't think that's a flex or anything. That's just something to consider. Um, what else has been? Oh, I think it's the last week my kid has school before vacation starts. There is that. And I probably will have to do Christmas shopping with him, which I'd rather not do because he tends to like to hang around the toy section. I wish I had more relatives that I can buy toys for, but almost all of them turn to teenagers. And not that that's bad, it's just when you buy kids toys, it's a lot easier. Am I right? As they get older, even as, yeah, preteens, teenagers, like, oh my gosh, I don't know. Even if they have Christmas lists, you try to be like, oh, I get something similar. But then if it's something, I just wanted that, why do you have to get something else? That is also possible. Uh, I want to do paintings for them, but I feel like it's not very useful for them. And then I also wanted to do Christmas cards, but I think the past 2 years, year or two, the few friends that wanted to do, I think they have stuff going on, so I don't want to impose. And I also worry about that whole thing with the postal services not sending things on time, which has happened. I was so pissed off. Like I sent cards on time, but then it showed up late, like the 28th. I was like, what the heck? I was like, well, I wanted to have it before Christmas. What the fuck? Now they receive it and then they have to throw it away because Christmas is basically over for the year. So I was like, damn it. Um, Plus, a lot of people don't do cards anymore, I think. I like them. I still keep them. I just don't know where I put them. I didn't throw them away. That for sure I know. I just don't know where I put them. So even though I have live stream extras, I will still have another live stream on the either Friday evening or Saturday evening, either or. Um, just because sometimes I can go online on Fridays, but if I have to wake up early, I have to go on Saturday. And then that's it. Well, I think because if there's vacation, my kid has time, I could also do push it to Sunday. But right now, I'm like Friday or Saturday for the time being. Okay, I'm getting a little cross-eyed here. So this is what I have so far. I didn't do much, unfortunately. Let's see here. I need a coffee break. I don't really. This is not real coffee. It's just stuff I get at the store. All right, let me try this before I forget. Maybe I should buy some of these. I want to buy some of these for my kids' teachers or staff members, but I worry they're not gonna like gingerbread. It's supposed to look like, I guess. That's a lot of sugar. Ah, some of it fell on the floor. I thought this was paper. I didn't want to eat paper on live stream, but it's not. It's some kind of white wafer thing. Oh, it's really sweet. Well, not this part. This stuff here. The icing. Oh, okay. But maybe older people will not like it as much. Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. Oh, there's some bits of ginger in it. Good to know. I think if they have the apple version, I think that one's a lot better. Okay, so let me see if I can paint any of these if possible or make a new card. I will get to them eventually. Just okay, I guess I can paint Yoko. There's also Gem, but I'm kind of I hate having to mix colors. It's kind of a pain in the butt. There's also these two. We'll see which ones. Then I go back. See, I always go back and forth, and I'm not sure people. I'm pretty sure people don't like that overall. But I don't care. Let's see. Red hot. Maybe this is correct. Kinda. I will try my best not to rant too much about um online things because there's always a whole bunch of bad things. I'm sick and tired of it. Maybe I'll put this closer so it's not too far off. Here we go. All right. There was someone online mentioning how everyone doesn't talk. They don't know how to interact socially in a real life setting. They just mind their business, stick their face glued to the phone, this and that, and everyone's lonely. And I'm like, you need to shut up. You need to stop saying such sweeping statements about everyone. I think the internet has a problem of lumping everyone with their current situation. That is not true. I know this because where I'm at, sometimes the clerks, at least, they are very engaging. Not all of them. I get it. I get it. I worked in retail. I fucking get it. But there are some people I've seen recently. They engage. They talk, and it's nice. I'm not trying to hang around there longer than I should, though sometimes I talk too much than I should. But I also make compliments like on their nails, on their hair, and we talk about how our day is going so far, and we're also honest with like, oh, it's only Monday and it's still in the morning. I'm like, oh, I'm like, I hear you, So we do have these exchanges where we just talk, small talk. Nothing wrong with that. I think there's some people who's like, I hate small talk. Why can't we have engaging discussions? Like, why don't you make an engaging discussion then if you're so interesting? Damn it. But like earlier, I mean not earlier, like yesterday, I was at Trader Joe's getting, well, aside from excuse me, aside from those cookies just now, I was getting some groceries, and then when I was checking out, there was a guy that um he waved me over, but then he presented himself kind of weird. I think he was just being silly, but I was just kind of awkward. That's just me. I was like, oh, okay, thank you so much. And then we were talking about K-pop Demon Hunters because he was listening. He was really interested in the music and coming up with like mixtapes for it or some other. And then I was asking like, oh, so how is that show? I thought it was a show. It turns out it's a movie. I didn't know. I'm not very smart in mainstream media anymore. But he was saying like, oh, the movie's really good. I finally got around to watching it. It was really interesting and this and that. I was like, oh, maybe I should try watching it sometimes. Oh yeah, like the music's really good too. I heard the songs. I'm just it's not for me, but I if it's a good story, I will give it a chance. Just not right now. And so yeah, we were talking about that and how he was able to get discount because he was helping out with arranging the music and stuff for some sort of event at a hotel. And I was like, oh yeah, I love discounts. Discounts and, things that are all paid for. He's like, I know, right? That's what makes life great. So we're just laughing about discounts and enjoying, and then that was it. And it was like, okay, thank you for your help. Bye bye. And all that stuff. And so why I don't agree with some people saying that we're all isolated, we're all blah blah. I know it's their job, but this guy could have just said, okay, let me give me your stuff, then ring it up and that's it. But no, they didn't. They wanted to actually talk. And I appreciate the effort. If they talk, I will talk back. If they don't, I don't. So it just keep it simple. I don't want to force an engagement when the other person really doesn't want to. But if they are willing to talk, I'm more than happy to do so. That makes sense, right? I assume so. This red's not working out. I need another one. Where are you? Where? Maybe this one. I don't know yet. We'll find out. Excuse me. But yeah, I don't agree with some of these sweeping statements some people have online. But I don't feel the need to go on the comments and go, hey, I don't think that is correct and this is why. I don't have that kind of time. Like if they want to help themselves, if they want to feel like that and think like that, that's on them unless they find something that proves otherwise. And even if my experience is like, no, that's not true, like maybe that's not the case for them. And so I'm like, I can't do much about that. So I'm like, I just leave it alone. but I just don't agree. At least people where I'm at, they're pretty talkative most of the time. And it depends because I'm introverted as well. And so I'm like, it depends on my mood. If I feel like I'm going to engage, I'm like, okay. And if they're super friendly, especially, like, I don't mind engaging as well. But then if they're just like, oh, here we go again, I totally get it. So I'm not going to elicit a response, whether they like it or not. So yeah, it really depends on how the person is. If they want to talk, I'll talk. If they don't, I totally get it. I don't want to talk either. So yeah, even though online it sounds like, oh my God, when does this woman shut up? You'd be surprised. I don't talk a lot off camera. So this is my talking time. And then some people ask me information about fishing when I'm casting the fishing net to catch some live bait. And I don't like talking back. But if they're nice about it and they're just curious, I'm like, well, as long as they're not buttholes about it, I'll totally start talking anyway. But I do have my earphones on, so I worry that they're going to say something and I'm not paying attention. So I also don't want to come off as rude. Even if I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to be either. But it depends. Like, well, for the most part, I haven't encountered a problem where they were super rude. I think at most there was a guy, and it wasn't they weren't talking to me. They were talking to my husband. We were just setting up. We just showed up at the another pier, not the same one that we've been going to lately. And there was a fishing fan, either no, I think it was guys. And then one in particular came up to my husband. My husband was just setting up his fishing lines, and he goes, "Hey, you need any help?" And my husband wasn't listening. He kind of tunes out when he does his fishing stuff. So you kind of have to talk loud, and then he'll talk loud back. So he repeated what he said, and my husband was like, "What? Oh no, I'm good. Thank you though." And then he goes away. I mean, he starts walking away, and then he sees me nearby, just staring around, looking dumb. I don't know. I guess I have that look. And then he looks at me, then looks at my husband, and he goes, "Oh, I guess you're trying to impress your wife, huh?" And then he walks away. And I was like, "What the fuck was that?" Like, why am I brought into this conversation? I'm just sitting there existing, and he decided to bring me into this weird scenario he had in his head. But my husband didn't even hear him. And so later on, I told him, "Hey, did you hear what that guy said?" He's like, "What? No, I don't know." So I told him that's what he said right after he shut down his offer of helping him out. And he's like, "What? He said that? Like, why did he say?" Like, I don't know. I just thought he was a weird guy, and then we just carried on our merry way. So we get weird stuff sometimes. Like, we don't even do anything, and people just say weird ass stuff that comes out of nowhere. But most times it's okay. Just that one instance, it was weird. Oh, and there was one time while this was like a long time ago, I think. We were getting crabs. I forgot if my kid was born or not, but we were doing some crabbing at the same pier, mind you. Not where the halibut is, where I was just mentioned that weird guy. Um, there was a wedding event there while we were fishing, and so it is possible that my husband and I were in the wedding pictures in our gross fishing outfits while they're all dressed nicely and stuff to attend wedding. So it was so weird. And then the father-in-law, I think the father of the bride was talking to my husband and I about fishing and hunting. It was like, what the fuck? It was so weird. But it's different, So I don't agree with some of these sweeping statements that we're all alone, no one cares, no one wants to talk to us in real life. No, they're around. You just got to go out there and do something about it. And you don't have to seek them out. Sometimes they find you. Um I think that's what happens sometimes when you're not actively looking for something and they just find you by accident and you wouldn't know unless you're paying attention, or maybe you want more from this exchange. And so yeah, I don't know, stuff just happens to me and then I'm like, should I just go on with it or take it? But yeah, it was just so weird how things turn out sometimes. um which is funny because I'm introverted and then people start talking to me. And it's usually old people, I notice, like in their 70s and 80s. sometimes 60s, but between 60s and 80s, they start talking to me. And I'm like, oh, hi, what's up? I don't know. It's so weird that they start talking to me. But I don't mind, especially if they tell me something interesting about the city, or I've been here and then I moved to Daly City, this and that. Like, oh, okay, I'm still here, this and that. And then, yeah, I don't mind. So it really depends on the environment, also, which is funny because I also live in the city, and yet there's still some people talking, but I'm not like in the major city. I'm just like the sideline district areas where people don't really talk about our area, which I don't mind because everyone who talks about the city, it's always in the red light district or the gross areas or the downtown area. Like that's not all of the city. That's stupid. But people like to clickbait, cause Rachel Hall stories and people to engage as long as it's news and make people talk. Okay, who cares? But I care. But I also don't like saying my opinion and someone just swoops on in and says I'm stupid. You know, that's the thing about internet. You say your opinion even if it's like you're not saying all people are like this, all blah blah blahs are like that. And then there's some stupid butt clown swooping on in trying to call you, make you feel stupid for saying things, for having an opinion. So yeah, I just got tired really quick. And I just don't, only if I have something interesting or positive to say, I don't mind. But since something negative, it depends because I don't have time to be, you know, um, Rage Hall keyboarding to some schmuck I don't even know about something stupid and unnecessary. You know, I don't have time for that. So I try to pick my battles because I don't have enough. I don't have time to deal with that crap. Okay, if you have time, hey man, if that gives you joy, go on ahead. If not, you know what to do. Not engage. Okay, so let me see here. Oh, this isn't so bad. Should I start on them? I don't know yet. Okay, dark brown is somewhere here, and I don't know where. Oh, here. Oh no, this is too brown. Too dark brown. I probably have to mix it, but I don't want to. Did she have green eyes? I forgot. Maybe she has green eyes. Let me look up. Oh, gosh. Let me look up my reference in a tiny bit. There's only one person. Thank you for showing up. I always mean it. I had to emphasize that because I do mean it. Goodness gracious. Oh, it's already 1? Okay, maybe I'll stop like around 1:30, 1:45. Because I have to, oh gosh. No, I think that's not who I want. That's mine. Dang it. Okay, sorry. I'm looking at my account stuff. So, Humter. Ah, yeah, she has green eyes. Okay, good to know. I guess this will have to do. It's not even that much. Though her hair things are blue, but in the anime, when I watch it, it's red. I am confused. Oh well, I'm just gonna keep it red. Oh my god, can't work. Okay, let me see if I can get this. Oh no, there's water. See, oh my god, I hate when I have water on my brush and it decides to give me a hard time. That's a big gob. Oh, I also saw Dubai chocolate at Safeway this morning, and people keep saying, looks gross. It looks gross. They don't say why it looks gross. Maybe they did, and I just wasn't paying attention. But it came to my mind that the filling, the pistachio filling of the chocolate, it looks like baby poo. I would know this. I have a kid, and I was like, oh, that looks very familiar. Not in a good way. But I did try the Dubai chocolate. I think the one that has more crispy, phthalo, whatever, uh, pastry filling inside, that's more crispy. That's okay. I think that one was fine. And that was from a cheaper version of the Dubai chocolate. But the ones I think that is more popular, that one is more gooey and globby. It's like a big glob of. It looks gross. That one looks like poo. I don't like that one. And I did try that one. That was sold, I think, in It's Sugar, that candy store. That one was, I think, $20. I was like, oh God. The other one was $12. So I don't mind 12 once in a while, but the other one, I was like, ugh. I don't even think I finished it. That was how bad it was. But the first one that was cheaper, I like that one more. And then they have videos of the influencers trying them in their car or at their apartment, and it's like this big globby glob of filling. It's hella nasty. It looks like turds. Like, I don't know, but it doesn't taste bad. It's just the appearance looks gross. But if you don't think too hard, it's okay. But I wouldn't want to be eating that on a regular basis. That does that is quite pricey. Oh gosh, I made a mess. Okay, I was talking about Dubai chocolate and they fled the scene. Sounds about right. Okay, so that part's done. Where is the freaking brown? Damn it. I don't feel like mixing other colors. But I should, and I don't want to, but I have to. This is not correct, but I guess I should use it. I guess it can serve as a highlight. And then, yeah. Oh, wait, no, not you. This one. All right. I don't know too many people that know about the animes I watch, and it kind of bums me out. Because unless you talk about Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball whatevers, I think only those two. Then people can see that as something like, oh yeah, we got something to talk about now. But I didn't really watch. I watched some of it, but I never finished both series. And most Team 4 Star with Dragon Ball series, and then that's it. But otherwise, I wasn't really big on either of them. Though I do like Frieza. He's funny. Wait, is Frieza a boy or a girl? I have no idea. But Frieza cracked me up. Anyway, this looks really doogie. Yeah, and a lot of the stuff I watched was not meant for girls. No way now. Oh my god, Ninja Scroll. Oh my god, it's great, but some of the scenes, holy criminy. Wow, that I wasn't meant to watch that at all. And I was watching that with my way older siblings. So when they saw what some of the scenes that were, yeah, I was kind of kicked out of the room. It's like, what the fuck? Oh my god. This one also. It's oh my goodness gracious. I think it was not meant to be a legit anime. It was just something kind of like a parody of sorts, I guess. But it has like wait, one, two, um last one. I think they have 4 VHS tapes and then 1 music videotape. And so I was like, oh, okay. It was kind of weird. But at least they had more than like Exelion. I wanted Exelion to finish, but they never did. But they had Ixer 1 and Ixer 3 series. And I was like, oh, yeah. And they have it on YouTube still. And then, yeah, recently someone posted, excuse me, this delinquent genre of TV series. I think it's called Sailor Suit Rebel Alliance. It was really interesting. I think it was about like a few days ago that they posted, and it's the entire series. I was like, oh shoot, I should watch it. So I got something to watch now. I was watching it off and on. Some of the fight scenes are a little corny, but I was already bracing myself for that, so I'm not super surprised. And it's not that bad. It could be way worse. And it was pretty interesting. And I just like the whole idea of the girls wearing long skirts because almost every time you see schoolgirl la, it's always mini skirts, mini skirts, mini skirts. I think in the 80s and 90s, the skirts were like a bit at the knee or slightly above the knee, and that I was fine for that. But then I think in recent years they just hiked up that skirt really freaking high, and I was like, ugh, leaves less to the imagination. And the demographic that was targeted, we all know who, they were not complaining at all. And so I was like, when I saw them with long skirts, I was like, hey, I don't mind that in the slightest. And it looks kind of cool. I didn't mind it. It was kind of neat. But yeah, it was more for the delinquent rebel look rather than, oh, I actually like it like that. So I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. I'm not from that culture, so I just thought it was kind of interesting. And then I first time heard about it from Skeb on Deca. They have that also on YouTube, and I'm trying to watch that too. Even though the dub is kind of cringe, some people are way too loud. But the story overall, I was like, okay, okay, I get it. And I think there's a manga for that too, but I didn't continue reading it, unfortunately. I need to find it and try to read it. Because I think there's a whole bunch of stuff in the manga that they're not letting on in the anime. So I would like to, you know, see some more stuff. This is not good. I still have a grace period, so it's fine. I need to have lunch soon and do some boring grown up stuff. Oh my gosh. I put some things off and now I'm like, uh oh, much regret. Better fix it. I'll just leave it at that. Okay. I think I have to let it dry a bit so it's not smearing around. So I'm trying to put more of the darker brown, but it's not working. So I have to wait a bit for it to dry. Okay, these two. Gosh. Sorry, my thing got stuck. Oh, come on. Even in paper form, she's being a butthole. Oh my god. Get out of there. Okay, go dry over yonder. And then this. Yeah, now I have some Sailor Moon finally. Oh, I don't think I have Sailor Saturn. But once I draw her, that means, do I have to draw all the other ones? I don't think so. I think I'm only going to draw the ones that I like. And it's just based off looks alone. I don't really watch Sailor Moon. I just like, oh, I like purple. I'll draw that one. Oh, I like cats. I'll draw that one. I always felt bad for Luna putting up with a whole bunch of crap. It's like, Serena, come on, you know. See, this is why I shouldn't do voiceovers. And all I could do voice dubs for the sake of jokes and stuff. I don't want to make people butt hurt over something I said sometimes because, my gosh, people are sensitive as hell nowadays. Let me see. Well, let me see. Sailor Moon R. Aliens. There we go. Okay, it is this green. Oh, funny. Okie dokie. I like the guy more, the girl not so much. But I like the color scheme. Let me see. All right. I think there was some talk about them continuing the Sailor Moon series. Like there's some more. Since when? I think I heard about Cosmos, Sailor Moon Cosmos. Like, okay, then what happens after Cosmos? What happens after that other one? Then what happens? Like you don't let the story end. It's okay. I was talking to another friend of mine. She mentioned how she liked. Oh shoot, I painted wrong. I can pin over that. How she used to like One Piece, but because it was so long, she gave up. I know. Oh my god. I was curious about One Piece too, because I had a few friends that were like super, they were like fans for the anime. And I was like, oh, maybe I should try watching it. And then I think when I checked it, it said like ongoing, current episode 800. I was, what? 800? I don't have that kind of time. So I was like, I'm not gonna. You can have it. For those of you who are still watching it up right now, I don't even know if did it end yet? I don't know, but I'm not gonna start. Thank you. I don't. I can live without One Piece. That is a lot, though. Jeez. So I don't mind short series, even though it's like, oh, that's it. But sometimes it's good. It's fine. Like Inuyashiki, I think they only have 12 episodes. I'm fine with that. They even have a movie. Actually, not bad. The live action movie. I was thinking I'm not gonna like it. It was pretty good. I was entertained. I think they cut off some parts, but it's within reason. But it held up pretty well. I want to do fan art for Inuyashiki, but that art is so difficult. I am intimidated. I'm good, but not that good. And even if I try it, it's going to take a long time for me. And I will have periods where I'm like, oh, this isn't good. And I will just drop the project and wait like a month or so before I decide whether or not I should continue. This has happened a lot, and I don't like doing that. But at the same time, though, I'm like, oh, like the alien machinery from the old man. I want to paint the old guy. He's cool. But yeah, it's really intimidating. So I'm like, I don't know when's a good time to try. If I try, I have to be super slow and patient. I don't have that kind of time. A lot of the art I do is quite fast paced, or I can put it down and resume later. The more serious art stuff like that, like Inuyashiki, I'm like, oh god, I don't know, I'm not confident in my skills yet. I would like to try, but maybe before I turn 50, I should try. I'm so intimidated, but if it's fun, then I might like it a little more. What color is it? Oh, I think it's black. Mr. Black. Is it black or dark blue? It looks like dark blue. Oh, maybe it is dark blue. Okay, I'm trying to look at the reference pictures. So anyway, yeah. I did try starting to watch Sailor Moon all the way from the 90s. I don't want to get into Crystal. I know they adhere more to the manga, but I don't care about that crap. I was like, as long as the story's good and there's not too many fillers, I don't mind. But I got distracted. And then I saw the Sailor Suit Rebel Alliance. I'm like, okay, I'll see that. And then Skebon Deca. There might be a live action movie or series as well, so I might try to look into those too. They're pretty interesting. So I have something to watch now finally. I'm not really big on Netflix. I only watched Netflix recently just because some family members went on vacation and I can take advantage of the TV. And so I can watch Stranger Things and finally finish it. I also might work on Vecna fan arts. I just like creepy monsters with details. That's it. But they have all these people doing these theories about the characters and the storyline, and I'm like, yeah, it's I see it, but I'm not gonna invest enough time to be like, oh yeah, this is why blah 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 happened, and I'm like, that's okay. Okay, let's see here. I just noticed the construction workers have been quiet this whole time. That's great. I love it. My God, they were pounding away and playing awful music so loud. Sometimes they stay overnight. I don't understand that. Like, what the fuck? Because I like there was a weekend or two, like they were playing music into 2 or 3 in the morning. Like, why are you here playing this stupid music so freaking late? Like, do they think they're cool doing that? Probably, because they keep doing it. And I think even on Sunday night slash Monday, it was one of those Saturday or Sunday night, they were playing that damn song, their damn music, all of a sudden at 1 in the morning. Like, what do you have to do to turn on that music at 1 in the stupid morning? That was so dumb. I was like, oh my God, that's really stupid. Like, I hope whoever hired them gets their toe stubbed, their baby toe, like for the next 10 years. Oh my gosh. That's really annoying. That these are the kinds of people that I have to put up with. And I want to do I would like to make a noise complaint kind of phone call, but I worry that they can determine who snitched on them and it can determine us. I think the neighbors on the other side of them are moving away. I think I saw some moving trucks. I was like, "Oh, thanks." And so they can probably tell, "Oh, the ones on our left side of the left side neighbors. They're the ones trying to ruin our parade." So even if they got reported and the police leave, they could blare the music even louder. And I'm like, oh God. And we're not moving. So like this freaking these blood clowns, I swear. Drive me up the wall. They're lucky my husband's not around during the daytime. He would give them hell for sure. He doesn't like noise. And so I'm trying to be patient. Like I would like to rest, but these mother effers won't let me. Ugh, gosh. Okay, so there's my micro rant for the day, but that's real life, close and personal, rather than something stupid I saw online. This one's like, oh my gosh. I'm just glad that they're not here at nighttime. I'd be really. I think if they were around nighttime as well working, I would have to file a complaint. But for now, they sneak around during the daytime. So I was like, ugh, you little. Anyway. Okay, so I think that is it for my works in progress. It doesn't look like I did much, but that's because they're small. So I have these two guys from Sailor Moon R. I have Yoko from Devil Hunter Yoko. At least there's some progress here, so that's good. And then I also have. Get on over here. Oh, I should just put this on top. I forgot. Sorry. Sorry. And then I also have the Demigorgon here with his illustrious smile. Oh, I don't. How would it smile? I would like to know. Is it smiling? It probably is. But yeah, I have some progress. That's good. I usually don't have enough time to do art stuff until like 1 or 2 in the morning, and that's if I feel like it. 8 out of 10 times, I will go to bed. But then there might be, I need to do this before I go to sleep. I will have those moments, but it's very few and far in between. And so, yeah, I have stuff to do. I also showed this one, but this also is a work in progress because I still got stuff here to work on the sides, even though no one looks at it, but it will bother me and I will end up working on these anyway. And yeah, I have like a small pumpkin series of this kind of stuff, but it's a lot of fun. I like it. I have two more, but the other one's in the other room, and the Cheshire Cat, I freaking forgot where I put it. Do I have a micro haul to show? Um, let's see. I was gonna wrap things up, then I remembered. Oh, right. I said I was gonna show stuff. Do you want to see a lafufu that I found on the fence that some really messed up kids? I don't. So I got this for free, and it's effed up as hell. I think either a really cruel dog or a very, very weird kid got a hold of the of the limbs and hands and feet and started chewing it. And it was stuck on the fence after it rained, and so I took it in, washed, and I figure I will try to fix it somehow. So I got a lafufu for free, technically. The only other thing, excuse me, the hands. I'm like not sure how. I might use like clay of some kind, either foam clay or preferably I think the DOS clay or the air dry heavier clay. I think that would make it have a more doll like quality to it. These eyes are really weird. So I'm going to try to paint all of this. And then the ears, I think they're just a lost cause. So yeah, I got some projects to do with repairs, and I it's my first time trying to repair something like that. Good luck with that. And then oh gosh, let me get these paints on the side. Also at Miniso, they've gotten really well at making cute plushies or manufacturing them because they have Stitch in his alien form. I need to go all the way back though. This guy here, oh my gosh, stupid cute. There was only I think 3 or 4 left. There was a whole bunch full up the last time I went, but this time when I went, I think yesterday, only 3 were left. So I was like, oh crap, I might as well get it. Too big from me. I don't even like Stitch, but I like how they make the characters sometimes, and so I end up buying because I'm insane. So another one that I have. Oh, I did get a blind box. So this will be the last one, I swear. Then I'll get out of your guys' hair. They had this. So while I don't care for Labubus, this is another story because I love this pig. I am more interested in Zashiki Buddha, but they don't. Sanrio doesn't love this Zashiki Buddha, so I settle for another version, Lulu the piggy, and they have crazy detailed packaging, and it looks like a hamburger thing, but it's not. And these are the 4 possibilities of the characters you can get. Still all pigs, but different. Y'all know what that is. And I got the burger box. I wanted this one actually. And it's not like, oh, I didn't get it. Throw in the trash. No, this is still cute. Like, this is what I got. Oh my gosh. What the hell? The only other thing is the quality of the. I think I might have got a dud because some of the package, I mean, the words are kind of scratched up or a little bit off. And there's some weird stuff. I hope this wasn't used. It was unopened. That's the part I don't get. And then it turns out it's a little car. Really cute. But they do it too fast. So yeah, I would test it, but I can't right now. But yeah, I love the packaging. Like, what the heck? Why don't we have this kind of stuff here? Um, while we are catching up with our blind boxes and stuff, Asian countries like in Japan, in South Korea, China, Hong Kong, Thailand, they go all the way out with these packages, and I appreciate every freaking detail that they put. Like, wow, like it looks like something you would get at a real restaurant or a fast food joint, and I love it. Too cute. I need to do fan art for that for sure. So, yeah, that's all I have for now. I will continue drinking the bit of cold coffee I got. Have a great day. And why are there 6 people here? Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm about to leave. Unless I do a song and dance, but I don't have a song and dance for you guys. I'm sorry. I don't sing. Or I try to, and in the comfort of by myself. So thank you again for showing up. I really appreciate it. If you want to watch what was going on here, it was just me working on some works in progress. It wasn't that much. And I'll see you this either Friday evening or Saturday evening, depending on whether or not. Oh, wait. I just remembered. My husband said we might not even go out this weekend for fishing because it might rain. So I might be here on Friday evening. Okay, so take care. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you when either Friday or Saturday. We'll see what happens. Okay, bye bye.